our Fiery Embers. I'm going to be bringing Adam Turréy forward. He is one of our Run Try Bike community leaders. Adam is doing some amazing work in the community with growing Lucid Motion Fitness, which is his business. He is looking to get everybody and every body into endurance sports, and he's got some fantastic ideas that we're going to talk to him about. But first, let me bring him forward. We're going to have some fun with him, and then we'll get into a little bit more of a serious discussion. Don't forget to drop your comments if you have questions or comments for Adam in the box there, and we'll be able to see him and bring them to Adam. Hey, Adam, thanks for joining me, man.
Hey, good morning, Jason. Thanks for having me.
It's crazy to say good morning. I operate on Eastern time zone often, and so I'm like, in my head, it's already 1 o'clock, but it's really only 10 o'clock out here.
Yeah, I know. It is weird, but here we are.
All right, man. So here's the first thing. One, I love to have fun, and I know you're a big foodie guy, and you love to talk food. So my question for you is, on Friday of last week, I had a conversation with Phaedra, Katie, and Val about their favorite Easter candy. And so I'm going to bring that to you. Here are your 5 choices, and you got to rank them from worst to best. The hollow Easter bunny, the Reese's peanut butter egg, the Cadbury cream egg, Peeps, and oh my goodness, I forgot what the other one was. Peeps. Oh, and the regular like Brock's jelly beans.
Okay. Yeah.
So worst to first.
I mean, I got to go with the what's that foamy marshmallow one? The second to last one you mentioned. The Peeps. Thank you. The Peeps got to go right on the top of worst Easter candy ever invented. Like hands down. Then the other ones, it's I'm pretty cool with the other ones. I'm a chocolate fan. Give me a hollow chocolate egg, any day of the week. Would probably then go to the Jelly Bellies or jelly beans, I think you listed.
No, not Jelly Bellies. No. That's too good of a candy. I'm talking about the nonsensical ones that are like nondescript. They all taste the same, even though they're different colors.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Let's put those second on top of that list of worst. Yeah, come on. I need some variety. Cadbury egg. I am a fan of the filling on those, but it can be a little strong. Maybe like a few in. If it's a little sweet and strong, so I could probably eat like 2 before it starts getting redundant. But and I forgot your 5th choice already. But
Reese's peanut butter egg.
Yeah, and again, another strong flavor, but I am a fan. But yeah, the hollow chocolate egg, no, that's the best right there for me.
Best?
Yes, I said it. The best.
You're walking into like CVS or Walgreens and you're sweeping your arm off that shelf full of that hollow Easter egg, honey?
Yeah, listen, don't judge. There's something satisfying when you bite into that hollow thing and there's just like nothing. I don't know, it's just that crispiness of the egg. Yeah, I can taste it now. Yeah, that's my favorite right there.
Oh my God, you might take the cake as possibly the worst candy selector of all time.
Yeah, I'll take that crown. Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure, like, next time I go to get some candy, I'm gonna ask you whether it's good or not. If you like, it's awesome, I'll put it back on the shelf.
Yeah. Yeah, I stand by it. So.
Hey man, be a man of your convictions. That's all that matters. Oh my God.
100%.
But Jelly Bellies, speaking of Jelly Bellies, do you have a favorite flavor?
Oh gosh, it's day to day. I can range from, give me the root beer flavor to like your like the lime. I like the lime ones. Like, I know this is really weird to you, Jason. I don't know, my picks are really not scoring well with you today, but yeah, and I'm not against just like kind of putting like 5 at a time in your mouth of just some random fruit fruit flavoring there. Just kind of just let's see what we got. I'll just grab a handful and just see what magic new flavor we create. So
by the way, I love lime, so I'm cool with that.
Yep.
My favorite is popcorn. I love the popcorn flavor. But
yeah.
you mentioned root beer. Do you have a favorite brand of root beer soda?
I'm a classic. I don't know if it's classic, but I'm an A&W guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that question comes up sometimes, but I grew up kind of with A&W. I used to go there with my grandma to the A&W, restaurant, get the root beer float. Very, very fond of A&W root beer.
Did you ever have Dr. Brown's? Do they have Dr. Brown's in the Bay Area?
I never heard of it. No.
It must be like I used to get all the time when I lived in New York. So I'm wondering if it's a Coast brand, but it's by far the best root beer, the best cream soda, the best black cherry, like those sort of off flavors that aren't like Coke and Mountain Dew and 7-Eleven or 7-Up, excuse me.
Yeah.
Type flavors, lemon lime. They have the best by far.
What do you think about Bargs? Have you ever had Bargs? Barks, I believe in
the Q Barks.
Yes, that one. Yeah,
they're not bad. They're not.
Yeah,
bad.
Not bad. Yeah.
What about ginger ale? Are you a ginger ale fan?
I am. I like ginger ale a lot. Gosh, what is the? I mean, do they all come in like a green can?
Canada Dry.
Yeah, yes, I like Canada Dry.
Canada Dry is definitely up there as far as ginger ales are concerned. It's great during an ultra. I know you're a triathlete, but if you get into the ultra space, like ginger ale is a fantastic soda to have out on the trails because it calms your stomach a little bit,
Okay. Yeah.
Plus, it has the sugar in it from all the the sugar that you need for the carbs.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I read that on a post of yours recently. I was kind of surprised to see that they have that on the stations out there on the course. But my grandma used to give me that if I had an upset stomach as a kid, and I was always like, "Great, soda, sounds good, give it to me." But that was like before I knew it was kind of like a well-adopted medicine, low-key medicine for upset stomach. But I'm not much of a soda guy these days because I was a huge one when I was a kid and did terrible things to my teeth. But when I do get to splurge, it's definitely the Canada Dry, the root beers. Yeah.
But seriously, dude, on a hot day after you're done riding your bike for hours or running for hours, there's nothing like a good Mexi Coke that is just right.
Oh, you're telling me. Oh man.
It's amazing.
Yeah, we have some like Mexican food trucks here in Santa Rosa. It's the West Coast. There's a lot of great taco trucks, but my go-to is like a bean and cheese burrito with a nice Mexican cola. There's really nothing better. Yeah.
What's your favorite Jarritos flavor?
Say again. What?
Jarritos, the Mexican sodas.
Oh yeah. Gosh. I love the orange one. I'm a big orange. Yeah.
Mandarin.
The Mandarin. Yeah. And then it used to be the Tutti Frutti. But that's a little too syrupy for me now. I know they have great names. But yeah, I'll eat the orange one all day. Although I got to be away from my kid when I order that because she'll want to just drink the whole thing. But orange for sure.
For everybody who knows me, pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. It doesn't belong anywhere near pizza. But the pineapple Jarritos, for all those who think I hate pineapple Jarritos is the best flavor they have, in my opinion.
Wow.
Love it. Hands down, love it.
We found a pineapple product. Yeah, go ahead.
That's the thing. Like, it's not that I hate pineapple. I just don't want it on my pizza.
Yeah.
It just doesn't belong there.
I think we all know that, Jason. We know how you feel.
Dude, just to get serious for a moment, you're doing some great stuff out in the Bay Area with endurance sports and getting people involved. And first, I want to say thank you for being a community leader for us. I think what you advocate for is right in line with our vision and mission. But for the audience and for those who don't know you, give us a little bit about Adam and Lucid Motion Fitness and what you're looking to accomplish this year.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. So, our visions align, and I was so happy when you brought me on board. Making endurance sports more inclusive is just my life mission. I try to accomplish that really in a few ways. So I try to really direct my programming and my offering to groups that you don't really see oftentimes at starting lines of races. And for me, that's minorities, especially in triathlon, where we see 2% of our athletes are Asian, 4% are Latino, less than 1% are African American. So I try to I released some new offerings in 2024 to make endurance sports more inclusive, including a club team recently. That's really an affordable way to kind of partake in group runs, run clinics, group rides, mobility, yoga sessions. And I'm also launching a new initiative called the Pay It Forward Initiative. We have businesses and individuals that will be kicking over a little extra money with their one-on-one coaching with me to be able to fund someone's training for the race they desire to participate in. So those are kind of really two initiatives I'm bringing heavy in 2024.
So I know that people can find you through our platform, of course, but if they want to find you outside of our platform, where can they go?
Well, I'm located here in Santa Rosa, California. So, my website, you can get a hold of me there, lucidmotionfitness.com, or on, of course, Instagram, as you're probably seeing me here, lucid_fitness_, lucid_motion_fitness, or my email, lucidmotionfitness@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Reach out. Yeah.
So what does Lucid Motion Fitness mean?
Yeah. Well, it took me a long time to come up with a name. I threw a lot of trial and error, but really what I was kind of trying to do there with my word selection was the word lucid to me means to shine brightly. And so I was really trying to make people who maybe weren't feeling healthy, or maybe not feeling like they were their best forms of themselves, trying to transition them from that into a bright and lucid version of themselves. So that was kind of like my motivation, and I chose my colors of my business to kind of I selected lucid colors. So I have these great neon colors associated with my brand, and I guess to make people feel like they're shining brightly.
Dude, the colors, they jump out. They stand out so much. They're so awesome.
Great. I love them. Yeah. They make me happy still.
How long have you been coaching?
I've been coaching a little over a year.
And so how did you get started in triathlon? And what's your background?
Yeah, so I'll take that background question first. So I grew up playing tons of team sports. I have over 30 years of baseball playing under my belt. Played on some great travel teams. Played a little bit of college ball. I was a pitcher and an infielder. But the baseball career can't go forever. There it is. It's that time of year again. So when baseball kind of went away, I needed something to fill the void with. So transitioning to your first question, how I got involved, Ironman Santa Rosa was a thing before it moved over to Ironman Sacramento, or actually California Ironman. And so when I was new to the area, new to Santa Rosa, I walked over to view the race in Santa Rosa. And at that time, I was really not in the best shape, and I needed some kind of motivation. So showed up there, saw these athletes that, weren't, podium finishers finishing. And I had a solution that everyone who did triathlon was like incredibly fast, incredibly athletic, but you don't need to be to participate. And so I had like, hey, maybe there's a space here for me. So I researched training plans and I started writing my own kind of informally. And I just became, the training made me fit and made me happy. Threw my hat in and participated in Ironman, half Ironman Boulder, Colorado. And I felt like I found my tribe. I was like, this is my new thing. I really want to just, jump into this head first and just become a coach. So became certified. I wanted to really increase participation amongst minorities and first timers. And still to this day, that's my mission. And, I crossed paths with you and, I felt like my message was amplified. So this is what it is for me, Jason. I love it here.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. I'm Puerto Rican, so my desire, my connection to help minorities obviously exists because I can see it within my own world with my family and everything. What's your connection and why are you looking to help, the underserved population? You mentioned stats about African Americans and Hispanics and Asians. What's the connection for you?
Yeah, so I'm Mexican American and Native American. So I guess what it is, Jason, is just I know how much triathlon and endurance sports, how much joy it brought to my world. And, if you do the research, there's strong data out there that supports endurance sports makes you more productive at home, makes you better at your job. For me, it was those things, but also I feel like it made me a better husband, made me a better father. And honestly, everyone deserves to be the best form of themselves. And I just thought, why not use endurance sports as the vehicle for that? In the Hispanic communities and really in communities of color, many people work 2 jobs. They're too busy to participate in endurance sports. And we know that the volumes required to participate in endurance sports can be a lot. So I really wanted to be a coach who helped people from marginalized communities find the time in their busy schedules to train. As you know, this thing takes a lot of leadership, a lot of guidance. So if I could be that voice and if I could be that the coach and help you find the time in your busy schedule so you can be the best version of yourself, then I'll stand up for that any day of the week.
Well, you're doing a great job, dude. Like every time I see a post from you, it has impact. You're either sharing some tips, you're sharing insight. It was probably about, 30, 45 days ago where you shared the stats of the participation in the underserved populations. And that was really impactful. So just keep doing what you're doing there because the message will come across. And you said something, you said everybody deserves the right to feel their best. And in our last magazine that dropped on Friday, we have an article with Chanel, who is a African-American cyclist. And she said, cycling is everyone's birthright. And it just goes to show you that now, like we're talking to you, she's already said it. So if we can continue that process of everybody talking about it, we'll give people the confidence to say, yeah, I belong in the water swimming. I belong on the bike riding. I belong out on the run with everybody else and getting in shape and getting fit and gaining more confidence, like you mentioned.
Yeah, 100% agree with Chanel, 100%. Yeah. And it's great to meet other coaches who are like-minded and other platforms such as One Tri Bike who support that vision. It's beautiful. I think we're growing strength. I think we're starting to get a lot of attention to these issues, and it's only going to continue to grow. We're going to get more participation, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we take a step forward one day and you don't, but then the next day you take a step forward and we don't, that's still progress, right? We're still all moving forward. And I think if we can think of it that way, as opposed to our platform or Lucid Motion Fitness didn't move forward today, if we can visualize and see other platforms and coaches and everyday athletes moving forward, then we know as a whole, we're all moving forward in the right direction together. And I get a lot of power and confidence from seeing that.
Yeah, likewise. I'm equally motivated by that. Yeah, for sure.
All right, dude. We've had a lot of serious conversation. I gotta get back to some laughter here. So I've asked this question of almost everybody I've had on a Fiery Ember. When you think of snakes, first of all, I'm definitely afraid. So this question's not regarding whether you're fearful of them or not. But when you see, like, how do you think two snakes greet each other on the path? Do they just head nod? Do they wrap their necks around each other? Do they headbutt each other? How do you think they say hello?
How do they say hello? Wow, Jason, you really sidetracked me with that one there, huh? I guess it depends on the snake, right? If you're like a rattlesnake, maybe a little rattle, and then you just kind of go about your merry way. If you don't possess a rattle, maybe a couple little hisses and go. Yeah, that's all I got, man. I don't know. Yeah.
I put them in human form because when I'm running and somebody's running at me, I'm typically a head nod guy.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I get my hand up, but typically a head nod, like I recognize you. So I think that's what snakes do. Like they head nod and then they just slither past each other.
Yeah. As you described that, I could actually see that. Yeah, I could see that. That's a good question too. But you brought up about like, are you like a head nodder? Like when you interact with another runner or cyclist coming at you, like what do you do? I was asking myself this question the other day because I was running and I'm a head nodder too, or I give a little peace sign or something. But there's some people who just kind of just blow past you. There's other who are just like overly nice and will say, hey, how's it going? Like everything. So I'm always curious.
I am a head nodder, wave every now and again, but if I see the person and they look like they're ready to be engaged, I vocalize it. Hey, good to see you. Have a great run.
I love that. Yeah.
But I don't understand, and I get it. Look, everybody's in a different moment when you pass each other. They might be in the midst of a hard interval and they can't say hello. I get it.
Sure.
But on the bike, I've never understood the inability to at least take your hand off the handlebar for a second to say hi, right? Like that's all.
Yeah.
Like it's not that hard to do. I don't understand like this. Is it a competition now? Like you're going in opposite directions. Are we competing with each other that you can't be like, hey, it always caused confusion in my head.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, especially when you consider like you're probably like two people on like a lonely road where like there's no one around, right? And so it's like, like if I fall down on my bike down the road, I hope you would come and help me or something. Like but I can't like trust that because you didn't head nod me or you didn't give me a peace sign a mile back. So I might just be stuck on my own, Yeah, and I understand, maybe you don't want to take your hand off your handlebars, maybe like a little head nod,
A little head nod. That's
it. That's all it takes.
I'm not asking for much, but I never understood that, and I just think that like when you do that, you might be discouraging the other person, right? Because then they're going to be angry and be like, "What?" And we need to all come together and let's just have fun with this shit. Like,
yeah, I know, yeah.
This shit.
I just really wanted to get your take on that. But it's good to hear that we're on the same page with that.
What about when you jump in the water and you're at a pool? Are you cool with sharing lanes? Do you need to have your own lane?
No, I'm cool with it. I'm all about sharing. I haven't always been the recipient of other swimmers who are cool with that, but yeah, I'm about sharing.
Are you a good circle swimmer?
I'm not sure if I'm a good swimmer, period. Circle swimmer, I don't know if I'm good, but I'll get it done, But
I'm an awful circle swimmer, dude. I am awful at it.
Yeah.
Like I'm just terrible because I don't flip turn. I'm a tap the wall and push off, and so when you do that, you're like going at an angle on the top of the water. Whereas if you're a good circle swimmer and you flip turn, you're under the water and coming out. Like I'm a terrible circle swimmer. So if it's more than two people, I'm like, you know what? I'll just wait.
Yeah, I don't want to upset anyone, huh? Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt your swim.
Yeah, I get it. I'm decent, I guess, at that, but I think you just work. Although I haven't been in the pool at all this 2024, I've been focusing on just the run and the bike and growing the business. I really haven't been training a whole ton, but I like, as the weather gets better here, I can't wait to get back in the pool.
So the Oscars just took place. There's a movie called The Martian with Matt Damon that has come out a long time ago. And he goes to Mars and he grows sweet potatoes. So what is your last meal before you get put in the rocket ship to go to Mars to hang out with Matt Damon and only eat sweet potatoes for the rest of your life? Before you answer that question, I'm going to tell you what Jennifer Comfort told me when I asked her this. And it has got to be by far the funniest answer I've ever heard. She was so flummoxed. She said wheat thins.
Last meal. Last snack.
I'm gonna eat like 18 boxes of wheat thins before I get my rocket ship to only eat sweet potatoes at that moment.
So wheat thins are good. I don't know if they'd be my last meal. If I get some cheese with those wheat thins.
Oh, which kind? Are you getting the spray? The spray cheese?
No, listen, we got a lot of bougie cheese here in Sonoma County. So, probably some kind of hard cheese of some type. But for me, my last meal, wow, we have this really good burrito, this taqueria here called, it's a funny name, but El Roy's. The Roy doesn't really sound very Mexican, but they have this bean and cheese and rice burrito. And I tell you, it is phenomenal. And they have this salsa you put on top, and I'm getting hungry just thinking about it now. But
we're coming up on lunch soon.
And you'll be in Sonoma County soon, so maybe I'll have to take you one of those or something. Yeah.
Were you born in Mexico, or were you born in the States?
I was born in the States. Yeah, I'm from the South Bay near. I was born near Stanford. Silicon Valley.
So are like the things that we see, like you mentioned, bean, cheese, and rice burritos, is that something you would find typically in Mexico, or is that an Americanized Mexican version of food?
So beans, rice, those are Mexican staples for sure. Burrito, believe it or not, is not so commonly found in Mexico. It's kind of a Mexican-American invention. But definitely beans and rice are just kind of common staples.
What's your take on the hard shell taco?
I grew up eating that, but then I transitioned. I'm like soft shell. I'm just the soft tortilla only, like exclusive now. But I believe they call the hard shell the tacos dorados, and I don't know. I can't even stomach that anymore. It's just something about the shell breaking everywhere just irritates me now.
Just order a plate of nachos.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That hard shell is going to crumble all over the place. Just give me a plate of nachos, and I'll have to be disappointed when it breaks anyway.
Yeah. No. 100%. 100%. Yeah.
All right. So El Roy's, the bean, cheese, and rice burrito is the last meal before we launch you into outer space and go hang out and eat sweet potatoes for the rest of your life with Matt Damon.
Yeah, send me off with that. Yeah, that's the one.
I gotta tell you, you sound disappointed in your last meal choice.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just so simple, but it's that's the one. And then maybe some empty, hollow chocolate eggs, and let's go.
We'll get you some pineapple salsa so you can put on the burrito.
Yes, you got it, man. Just serve it up. Yeah.
Hot sauce with every bite, or you just put it in there and squeeze it all the way in, and then you're good?
Every bite. I literally have the burrito in my left hand, the salsa in my right, and it's bite dip, or bite pour. And me and my wife have these burritos, and we eat them in silence. They're so good. We're just kind of looking at each other and just communicating with nods, just it's good, right? I tell you, Jason, you're in for a treat.
If you're nodding on the run and nodding on the bike, you should be able to nod while you're eating too.
Yes. Yeah. That's the connection there. Yeah, we do.
Are you taking the whole burrito and eating it, or are you cutting it in half and then eating it?
Whoa, easy, pal. You're going to offend me there. I'm eating the whole thing. I'm not cutting the burrito at all, And furthermore, there's a certain art to, getting the tinfoil off.
Yes.
Are you the type that just kind of attacks it from the middle and gets the whole thing out? Or are you the type that's kind of starts unwrapping the top and kind of, spiraling down as you go?
Yeah, you got to unwrap from the top and then tear it as you go all the way around. The worst, though, is when you don't realize it, is when they have the wax paper under the foil. And so at some point, the foil peels, but the wax paper doesn't, and you end up biting, you get a whole mouthful of wax paper.
Yeah. done that. Elroy's doesn't use the wax, but I've eaten some wax paper. It's not fun. Yeah.
It's not fun.
No.
Not putting that on the top of the list of to-dos.
Yeah, don't do that. Doesn't taste great either. Yeah. So,
Hey man, thanks for joining me. I really
yeah,
appreciate your time. Appreciate what you're doing
of
for
course.
the community as a whole, as well as in the Bay Area with Lucid Motion Fitness. Keep doing the work, dude. Really
Thank you.
appreciate you and appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you so much, Jason. And you continue the good work, man. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.